بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate.
أتى أمر الله فلا تستعجلوه سبحانه وتعالى عما يشركون.
The command of God has been decreed, so do not seek to hasten it. Glory be to Him. Exalted high is He above what they associate with Him.
ينزل الملائكة بالروح من أمره على من يشاء من عباده أن أنذروا أنه لا إله إلا أنا فاتقون.
He sends down the angels with the spirit of His command upon whoever He pleases from among His servants to warn. There is no God but I, so fear me.
خلق السماوات والأرض بالحق تعالى عما يشركون.
He created the heavens and the earth in truth. High exalted is He above what they associate with Him.
خلق الإنسان من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين.
God created mankind from a small quantity of sperm, and then he becomes a perverse antagonist.
والأنعام خلقها لكم فيها دفء ومنافع ومنها تأكلون.
God created cattle for you. You find in them warmth, benefit, and from them you eat.
ولكم فيها جمال حين تريحون وحين تسرحون.
And in them there is beauty for you when you bring them home and when you take them to pasture.
وتحمل أثقالكم إلى بلد لم تكونوا بالغيه إلا بشق الأنفس إن ربكم لرؤوف رحيم.
They bear your heavy loads to lands you could not reach except with great personal effort. Surely your Lord is most compassionate, most merciful.
والخيل والبغال والحمير لتركبوها وزينة ويخلق ما لا تعلمون.
God created horses, mules, and donkeys for you to ride and for ornament, and He will create what you do not know.
وعلى الله قصد السبيل ومنها جائر ولو شاء لهداكم أجمعين.
God chose the right way, and some deviate from it. And if He had pleased, He would have certainly have guided you all.
هو الذي أنزل من السماء ماء لكم منه شراب ومنه شجر فيه تسيمون.
God is the one who sends water down from the sky. For you this is a drink, and out of it grow shrubs in which you let cattle graze freely.
ينبت لكم به الزرع والزيتون والنخيل والأعناب ومن كل الثمرات إن في ذلك لآية لقوم يتفكرون.
And therewith for you He makes sown fields, olives and palm trees, vineyards and of all kinds of fruit grown. Surely in this is a sign for people who reflect.
وسخر لكم الليل والنهار والشمس والقمر والنجوم مسخرات بأمره إن إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يعقلون.
And for you God subjected the night and the day, and the sun and the moon, and the stars are in subjection to his command. Surely in this are signs for people who understand.
وما ذرأ لكم في الأرض مختلفا ألوانه إن في ذلك لآية لقوم يذكرون.
And in the many different colors of things he has created for you in the earth, surely there is a sign for people who remember.
وهو الذي سخر البحر لتأكلوا منه لحما طريا وتستخرجوا منه حلية تلبسونها وترى الفلك مواخر فيه ولتبتغوا من فضله ولعلكم تشكرون.
God is the one who has subjected to you the sea, so that you eat from it fresh flesh, and you extract from it ornaments which you wear, and you see the ships plowing the waves, so that you seek of his bounty and that you may be grateful.
وألقى في الأرض رواسي أن تميد بكم وأنهارا وسبلا لعلكم تهتدون.
And he has cast firm mountains upon the earth, lest it should be unbalanced with you, the rivers and ways that you may be guided.
وعلامات وبالنجم هم يهتدون.
God sets on the earth landmarks, and by the stars mankind guide themselves.
أفمن يخلق كمن لا يخلق أفلا تذكرون.
Is he who creates like he who does not create? Will you not reflect?
وإن تعدوا نعمة الله لا تحصوها إن الله لغفور رحيم.
And if you count God's favor, you will never be able to calculate it. Surely God is all forgiving, all merciful.
والله يعلم ما تسرون وما تعلنون.
And God knows what you conceal and what you reveal.
والذين يدعون من دون الله لا يخلقون شيئا وهم يخلقون.
And those who evoke other than him cannot create anything and are themselves created.
أموات غير أحياء وما يشعرون أيان يبعثون.
Dead, not living, and they do not know when they shall be raised.
إلهكم إله واحد فالذين لا يؤمنون بالآخرة قلوبهم منكرة وهم مستكبرون.
Your God is one God, and those who do not believe in the hereafter, their hearts are ungrateful, and they are arrogant.
لا جرم أن الله يعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون إنه لا يحب المستكبرين.
Without any doubt, God knows what they conceal and what they reveal. Surely he loves not those who are arrogant.
وإذا قيل لهم ماذا أنزل ربكم قالوا أساطير الأولين.
And if it is said to them, what has your Lord revealed? They say, stories of the ancients.
ليحملوا أوزارهم كاملة يوم القيامة ومن أوزار الذين يضلونهم بغير علم ألا ساء ما يزرون.
That they should bear their full burdens on the day of resurrection, and also the burdens of those who they led astray without knowledge. Evil is the burden they bear.
قد مكر الذين من قبلهم فأتى الله بنيانهم من القواعد فخر عليهم السقف من فوقهم وأتاهم العذاب من حيث لا يشعرون.
Those who were before them contrived, and God demolished their building from the foundations. So the roof fell down on them from above them, and the chastisement came upon them from where they did not perceive.
ثم يوم القيامة يخزيهم ويقول أين شركائي الذين كنتم تشاقون فيهم قال الذين أوتوا العلم إن الخزي اليوم والسوء على الكافرين.
Moreover, on the day of resurrection he will degrade them and say, Where are those whom you adversely disputed to be my associates?
الذين تتوفاهم الملائكة ظالمي أنفسهم فألقوا السلم ما كنا نعمل من سوء بلى إن الله عليم بما كنتم تعملون.
Those who were given the knowledge will say, Surely degradation and evil are this day upon the unbelievers. Those who wrong themselves, when the angels will come to seize their souls, they will surrender, saying, We were doing no evil. The angels say, Yes, indeed, God is all-knowing of what you were doing.
فادخلوا أبواب جهنم خالدين فيها فلبئس مثوى المتكبرين.
So enter the gates of hell to dwell therein forever. Evil is the abode of the arrogant.
وقيل للذين اتقوا ماذا أنزل ربكم قالوا خيرا للذين أحسنوا في هذه الدنيا حسنة ولدار الآخرة خير ولنعم دار المتقين.
And to the righteous it shall be said, What has your Lord revealed? They shall say, Good. For those who do good in this world is good, and the abode of the hereafter is better, and certainly excellent is the abode of the pious.
جنات عدن يدخلونها تجري من تحتها الأنهار لهم فيها ما يشاءون كذلك يجزي الله المتقين.
Gardens of Eden they shall enter, beneath which rivers flow, wherein they shall have all that they please. Thus God rewards the pious.
الذين تتوفاهم الملائكة طيبين يقولون سلام عليكم ادخلوا الجنة بما كنتم تعملون.
Who are righteous, when the angels come to take their souls, saying, Peace be upon you, enter the garden for that which you did.
هل ينظرون إلا أن تأتيهم الملائكة أو يأتي أمر ربك كذلك فعل الذين من قبلهم وما ظلمهم الله ولكن كانوا أنفسهم يظلمون.
Do they await other than the angels to come to them, or the decree of your Lord to come to pass? So did those before them, and God did not wrong them, but they wronged themselves.
فأصابهم سيئات ما عملوا وحاق بهم ما كانوا به يستهزئون.
So the evil deeds they wrought overtook them, and they were encompassed by that at which they used to mock.
وقال الذين أشركوا لو شاء الله ما عبدنا من دونه من شيء نحن ولا آباؤنا ولا حرمنا من دونه من شيء كذلك فعل الذين من قبلهم فهل على الرسل إلا البلاغ المبين.
And the polytheists say, if God had pleased, we would not have worshipped anything other than Him, neither we nor our fathers, nor would we have forbidden other than He forbids. So did those who went before them. But is it for the messengers other than to convey the clear message?
وَلَقَدْ بَعَثْنَا فِي كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ رَسُولًا أَنِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ واجتنبوا الطاغوت فمنهم من هدى الله ومنهم من حقت عليه الضلالة فسيروا في الأرض فانظروا كيف كان عاقبة المكذبين.
And we already have sent among every nation a messenger, saying, worship God and shun false deities and demons. Some of them God guided, and some of them were duly disposed to error. So travel in the earth and see how was the end of those who rejected truth.
إن تحرص على هداهم فإن الله لا يهدي من يضل وما لهم من ناصرين.
Even if you strive for their guidance, God does not guide those who go astray, nor shall they have any helper.
وأقسموا بالله جهد أيمانهم لا يبعث الله من يموت بلى وعدا عليه حقا ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون.
And they have sworn by God the most earnest oaths that God will never raise up those who die. Yes, indeed, it is a promise from Him in truth, but most of the people do not know.
ليبين لهم الذي يختلفون فيه وليعلم الذين كفروا أنهم كانوا كاذبين.
To show them clearly that in which they differed and that the unbelievers were liars.
إنما قولنا لشيء إذا أردناه أن نقول له كن فيكون.
Whenever we intend a thing, we only say to it, be, and it is.
والذين هاجروا في الله من بعد ما ظلموا لنبوئنهم في الدنيا حسنة ولأجر الآخرة أكبر لو كانوا يعلمون.
And those who immigrated from their homes in God's cause after they had been oppressed, we shall give them in this life a good abode. And the reward of the hereafter is much greater if they but knew.
الذين صبروا وعلى ربهم يتوكلون.
Those who patiently persevere and put their trust in their Lord.
وما أرسلنا من قبلك إلا رجالا نوحي إليهم فاسألوا أهل الذكر إن كنتم لا تعلمون.
And we have not sent as our messengers before you but men, to whom we revealed as we revealed to you. And if you do not know that, ask the people of earlier scriptures.
بالبينات والزبر وأنزلنا إليك الذكر لتبين للناس ما نزل إليهم ولعلهم يتفكرون.
With clear signs in the Zobor, and we revealed to you the Quran that you may make clear to mankind what was sent for them, and that they may reflect.
أفأمن الذين مكروا السيئات أن يخسف الله بهم الأرض أو يأتيهم العذاب من حيث لا يشعرون.
Do the wrongdoers feel sure that God will not make the ground to swallow them up? Or from the chastisement overcoming them from where they do not perceive?
أو يأخذهم في تقلبهم فما هم بمعجزين.
Or from his seizing them while they move around, and they will not be able to frustrate him.
أو يأخذهم على تخوف فإن ربكم لرؤوف رحيم.
Or from his seizing them while they are alert. But your Lord is the compassionate, most merciful.
أولم يروا إلى ما خلق الله من شيء يتفيأ ظلاله عن اليمين والشمائل سجدا لله وهم داخرون.
Have the unbelievers not observed that for all the things God has created, how their shadow shifts right and left, prostrating themselves to God while they are full of humility?
آیه سجده.
ولله يسجد ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من دابة والملائكة وهم لا يستكبرون.
And to God prostrate all that which is in the heavens, and every creature on the earth, and the angels, and they all are not arrogant.
يخافون ربهم من فوقهم ويفعلون ما يؤمرون.
They fear their Lord above them, and they do whatever they are commanded.
وقال الله لا تتخذوا إلهين اثنين إنما هو إله واحد فإياي فارهبون.
And God said, do not take two gods. There is only one God. So fear me alone.
وله ما في السماوات والأرض وله الدين واصبا أفغير الله تتقون.
To him belongs all that is in the heavens and on the earth, and to him is the religion for all time. Then will you fear other than God?
وما بكم من نعمة فمن الله ثم إذا مسكم الضر فإليه تجأرون.
And whatever blessings you have, it is from God. And when you are afflicted by distress, to him do you cry.
ثم إذا كشف الضر عنكم إذا فريق منكم بربهم يشركون.
Moreover, when he removes the affliction from you, some of you associate others with their Lord.
ليكفروا بما آتيناهم فتمتعوا فسوف تعلمون.
Being ungrateful for what we bestowed upon them. So enjoy yourselves, surely you will soon know.
ويجعلون لما لا يعلمون نصيبا مما رزقناهم تالله لتسألن عما كنتم تفترون.
And they assign a share of that we have bestowed on them to those whom they do not know. By God, most surely you shall be questioned about your false inventions.
ويجعلون لله البنات سبحانه ولهم ما يشتهون
And they ascribe to God daughters. Glory be to Him. And they ascribe for themselves what they desire.
وإذا بشر أحدهم بالأنثى ظل وجهه مسودا وهو كظيم.
And when any of them is given the glad tidings of a daughter, his face is blackened and he chokes inwardly.
يتوارى من القوم من سوء ما بشر به أيمسكه على هون أم يدسه في التراب ألا ساء ما يحكمون.
He hides himself from the people because of the bad tidings that he has received, thinking whether he should preserve her in humiliation or bury her into the dust. Surely evil is that they judge.
للذين لا يؤمنون بالآخرة مثل السوء ولله المثل الأعلى وهو العزيز الحكيم.
For those who do not believe in the hereafter is every evil similitude, and for God is the supreme similitude, and He is the Almighty, the All-Wise.
ولو يؤاخذ الله الناس بظلمهم ما ترك عليها من دابة ولكن يؤخرهم إلى أجل مسمى فإذا جاء أجلهم لا يستأخرون ساعة ولا يستقدمون.
If God were to call to account the people for their iniquity, He would not leave therein a living creature, but He reprieves them for an appointed time, and when their term is come, they shall not be able to put it back 1 hour, nor to put it forward.
ويجعلون لله ما يكرهون وتصف ألسنتهم الكذب أن لهم الحسنى لا جرم أن لهم النار وأنهم مفرطون.
And they ascribe to God that which they hate for themselves, and their tongues utter the falsehood that all good things shall be theirs. Without a doubt the fire is for them, and they shall be hastened to it without delay.
تالله لقد أرسلنا إلى من قبلك فزين لهم الشيطان أعمالهم فهو وليهم اليوم ولهم عذاب أليم.
By God, surely we sent messengers to nations before you, but Satan made alluring to them their evil deeds. So he is their patron today, and there still awaits them a painful chastisement.
وما أنزلنا عليك الكتاب إلا لتبين لهم الذي اختلفوا فيه وهدى ورحمة لقوم يؤمنون.
And we have not revealed to you the book, except that you may make clear to them that in which they differed, and as a guidance and a mercy for people who believe.
والله أنزل من السماء ماء فأحيا به الأرض بعد موتها إن في ذلك لآية لقوم يسمعون.
God is the one who sends down water out of the skies and revives the earth thereby after it is barren. Surely in this is a sign for people who hear.
وَإِنَّ لَكُمْ فِي الْأَنْعَامِ لَعِبْرَةً نُسْقِيكُم مِّمَّا فِي بُطُونِهِ مِن بَيْنِ فَرْثٍ ودم لبنا خالصا سائغا للشاربين.
And surely in the cattle there is a lesson for you. We give you to drink from what is inside their abdomens, coming from a conjunction between the contents of the intestine and the blood, a milk pure and pleasant for those who drink it.
ومن ثمرات النخيل والأعناب تتخذون منه سكرا ورزقا حسنا إن في ذلك لآية لقوم يعقلون.
And from the fruits of the palms and the vines, you obtain from them intoxicants and a goodly provision. Most surely there is a sign in this for people who understand.
وأوحى ربك إلى النحل أن اتخذي من الجبال بيوتا ومن الشجر ومما يعرشون.
And your Lord inspired the bees. Take your dwelling in the hills and the tree and in trellises.
ثم كلي من كل الثمرات فاسلكي سبل ربك ذللا يخرج من بطونها شراب مختلف ألوانه فيه شفاء للناس إن في ذلك لآية لقوم يتفكرون.
Then eat of all fruit and follow the ways of your Lord in docility. From within their abdomens come a fluid of different colors wherein is a healing for mankind. Indeed, in this is a sign for people who reflect.
والله خلقكم ثم يتوفاكم ومنكم من يرد إلى أرذل العمر لكي لا يعلم بعد علم شيئا إن الله عليم قدير.
And God has created you, then He ordains you to die. And some of you will be left until abject old age, so that after having knowledge He will not know anything. Surely God is all-knowing, exalted in power.
والله فضل بعضكم على بعض في الرزق فما الذين فضلوا براد رزقهم على ما ملكت أيمانهم فهم فيه سواء أفبنعمة الله يجحدون.
And God has favored some of you over others in provision. But those who are more favored will by no means hand over their provisions to those their right hands possess, so that they should be equal therein. Is it then that they deny God's blessings?
والله جعل لكم من أنفسكم أزواجا وجعل لكم من أزواجكم بنين وحفدة وجعل لكم من أزواجكم بنين وحفدة ورزقكم من الطيبات أفبالباطل يؤمنون وبنعمة الله هم يكفرون.
And God has given you wives of your own kind, and has given you from your wives sons and grandsons, and made provision of good things for you. Is it then you believe in vanities, and are ungrateful for God's blessing?
ويعبدون من دون الله ما لا يملك لهم رزقا من السماوات والأرض شيئا ولا يستطيعون.
And they worship other than God, that which has no power to provide them with anything from the heavens and the earth, nor have they any power to do so.
فلا تضربوا لله الأمثال إن الله يعلم وأنتم لا تعلمون.
So do not set up examples for God. Indeed, God knows while you do not know.
ضرب الله مثلا عبدا مملوكا لا يقدر على شيء ومن رزقناه منا رزقا حسنا فهو ينفق منه سرا وجهرا هل يستوون الحمد لله بل أكثرهم لا يعلمون.
God gives a parable, a servant possessed by his master, who has no power over anything, and one upon whom we have bestowed a goodly provision from us, and he expands from it secretly and openly. Are they equal? All praise be to God, but most of them do not know.
وضرب الله مثلا رجلين أحدهما أبكم لا يقدر على شيء وهو كل على مولاه أينما يوجهه لا يأت بخير هل يستوي هو ومن يأمر بالعدل وهو على صراط مستقيم.
And God gives a parable. Two men, one of them is dumb, unable to do anything, and he is a burden to his master. Wherever he sends him, he brings no good. Is he equal to one who enjoins justice and is on a straight path?
وَلِلَّهِ غَيْبُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَمَا أَمْرُ السَّاعَةِ إِلَّا كَلَمْحِ الْبَصَرِ أَوْ هُوَ أَقْرَبُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ.
To God belongs the unseen in the heavens and the earth, and the matter of the hour is as the glance of the eye, or nearer. God has power over all things.
والله أخرجكم من بطون أمهاتكم لا تعلمون شيئا وجعل لكم السمع والأبصار والأفئدة لعلكم تشكرون.
God is the one who brought you forth from your mother's womb knowing nothing, and he gave you hearing and sight and senses that you may be grateful.
ألم يروا إلى الطير مسخرات في جو السماء ما يمسكهن إلا الله إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يؤمنون.
Do they not look at the birds subjected in the atmosphere of the sky? None can hold them up except God. Surely in this there are signs for people who believe.
والله جعل لكم من بيوتكم سكنا وجعل لكم من جلود الأنعام بيوتا تستخفونها يوم ضعنكم ويوم إقامتكم ومن أصوافها وأوبارها وأشعارها أثاثا ومتاعا إلى حين.
God is the one who has made your homes places of rest and serenity for you, and he has made for you from the skins of cattle tents which you find light to carry when you travel and when you abide, and from their wool and fur and hair furnishing and a provision for a time.
والله جعل لكم مما خلق ظلالا وجعل لكم من الجبال أكنانا وجعل لكم سرابيل تقيكم الحر وسرابيل تقيكم بأسكم كذلك يتم نعمته عليكم لعلكم تسلمون.
God is the one who has made for you out of the things he has created. God has given you shade, and he has made for you in the mountains places of refuge. And he has made for you garments to protect you from the heat, and garments to shield you in fighting. Thus he protects his blessings upon you, that you may be Muslim.
فإن تولوا فإنما عليك البلاغ المبين.
But if they turn away, it is only for you to convey the manifest message.
يعرفون نعمة الله ثم ينكرونها وأكثرهم الكافرون.
They recognize the blessing of God, then they deny it, and most of them are ungrateful.
ويوم نبعث من كل أمة شهيدا ثم لا يؤذن للذين كفروا ولا هم يستعتبون.
And on the day we shall rise up from every nation a witness, then the unbelievers will be given no leave, nor will they be allowed to make amends.
وإذا رأى الذين ظلموا العذاب فلا يخفف عنهم ولا هم ينظرون.
And when the wrongdoers shall see the chastisement, it will in no way be lightened for them, nor shall any respite be given them.
وإذا رأى الذين أشركوا شركاءهم قالوا ربنا هؤلاء شركاؤنا الذين كنا ندعو من دونك فألقوا إليهم القول إنكم لكاذبون.
And when those who are polytheists shall see their associates, they shall say, Our Lord, these are our associates whom we evoked other than you. They will throw back their sayings at them. Indeed, you are liars.
وألقوا إلى الله يومئذ السلم وضل عنهم ما كانوا يفترون.
And they will offer God submission that day, and all that they used to invent will have gone astray from them.
الذين كفروا وصدوا عن سبيل الله زدناهم عذابا فوق العذاب بما كانوا يفسدون.
And those who disbelieve and hinder the way of God, we shall increase for them chastisement upon chastisement for the corruption they spread.
ويوم نبعث في كل أمة شهيدا عليهم من أنفسهم وجئنا بك شهيدا على هؤلاء ونزلنا عليك الكتاب تبيانا لكل شيء وهدى ورحمة وبشرى للمسلمين.
And on the day we shall raise up from every nation a witness from among them, to testify against them, and we shall bring you as a witness against these. And we have revealed to you the book expounding all things, and as a guidance and a mercy, and glad tidings to all Muslims.
إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون.
Most surely God enjoins justice, the doing of good deeds and generosity to near of kin, and he forbids indecency, abomination, and tyranny. He admonishes you that you may remember.
وأوفوا بعهد الله إذا عاهدتم ولا تنقضوا الأيمان بعد توكيدها وقد جعلتم الله عليكم كفيلا إن الله يعلم ما تفعلون.
And fulfill the covenant of God when you have made a covenant. And do not break the oaths after they have been confirmed. You have made your oath in God's name. Indeed, God knows all that you do.
ولا تكونوا كالتي نقضت غزلها من بعد قوة تتخذون أيمانكم دخلا بينكم أن تكون أمة هي أربى من أمة إنما يبلوكم الله به وليبينن لكم يوم القيامة ما كنتم فيه تختلفون.
And be not like the one who unravels her yarn after it is firmly spun, by taking your oaths merely to deceive one another, lest one nation is more numerous than the other. God tests you thereby, and certainly he will make clear to you on the day of resurrection that wherein you differed.
ولو شاء الله لجعلكم أمة واحدة ولكن يضل من يشاء ويهدي من يشاء ولتسألن عما كنتم تعملون.
And if God had pleased, he would have made you all one nation. But he leaves astray whom he pleases, and guides whom he pleases. And certainly you will be questioned about what you were doing.
ولا تتخذوا أيمانكم دخلا بينكم فتزل قدم بعد ثبوتها وتذوقوا السوء بما صددتم عن سبيل الله ولكم عذاب عظيم.
And take not your oaths merely to deceive one another, that a foot may slip after it has stood firmly, and you suffer the evil of having hindered from the way of God. And for you is a severe chastisement.
ولا تشتروا بعهد الله ثمنا قليلا إنما عند الله هو خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون.
And do not sell the covenant of God for a miserable price. Surely what is with God, that is better for you if only you knew.
ما عندكم ينفد وما عند الله باق ولنجزين الذين صبروا أجرهم بأحسن ما كانوا يعملون.
What is with you will come to an end, but what is with God is everlasting. And surely we shall reward those who were patient according to the best of their deeds.
من عمل صالحا من ذكر أو أنثى وهو مؤمن فلنحيينه حياة طيبة ولنجزينهم أجرهم بأحسن ما كانوا يعملون.
And whoever does righteous deeds, whether male or female, and is a believer, we shall surely give them a goodly life in this world, and we shall reward such according to the best of their deeds.
فإذا قرأت القرآن فاستعذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
And when you recite the Qur'an, seek God's refuge from the accursed Satan.
إنه ليس له سلطان على الذين آمنوا وعلى ربهم يتوكلون.
For he has no authority over those who believe and put their trust in their Lord.
إنما سلطانه على الذين يتولونه والذين هم به مشركون.
His authority is only over those who take him as a patron and who ascribe partners to God.
وَإِذَا بَدَّلْنَا آيَةً مَكَانَ آيَةٍ وَاللَّهُ أَعْلَمُ بِمَا يُنَزِّلُ قَالُوا إِنَّمَا أَنْتَ مُفْتَرٍ بَلْ أَكْثَرُهُمْ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ.
And if we placed a verse in place of another verse, and God knows best what he reveals, they said, "You are inventing." but most of them do not know.
قل نزله روح القدس من ربك بالحق ليثبت الذين آمنوا وهدى وبشرى للمسلمين.
Say, the Holy Spirit has revealed it from your Lord in truth, to strengthen the faith of those who believe, and as a guidance and glad tidings to the Muslims.
وَلَقَدْ نَعْلَمُ أَنَّهُمْ يَقُولُونَ إِنَّمَا يُعَلِّمُهُ بَشَرٌ لِسَانُ الَّذِي يُلْحِدُونَ إِلَيْهِ أَعْجَمِيٌّ وَهَذَا لِسَانٌ عَرَبِيٌّ مُبِينٌ.
And indeed we know that they say, only a man is teaching them. The tongue of he to whom they allude is non-Arab, and the Qur'an is purely in the Arabic tongue.
إن الذين لا يؤمنون بآيات الله لا يهديهم الله ولهم عذاب أليم.
Those who do not believe in the revelations of God, God will not guide them, and for them is a severe chastisement.
إنما يفتري الكذب الذين لا يؤمنون بآيات الله وأولئك هم الكاذبون.
Most surely those who invent lies are those who do not believe in the revelation of God, and they are indeed the liars.
من كفر بالله من بعد إيمانه إلا من أكره وقلبه مطمئن بالإيمان ولكن من شرح بالكفر صدرا فعليهم غضب من الله ولهم عذاب عظيم.
Whoever disbelieves in God after he has believed except he who has been compelled, while his heart is still firm in his belief, but whoever expands a heart to disbelief, on these is the wrath of God, and they shall have a painful chastisement.
ذلك بأنهم استحبوا الحياة الدنيا على الآخرة وأن الله لا يهدي القوم الكافرين.
This is because they have preferred the life of this world to the life of the hereafter, and surely God does not guide the unbelieving people.
أولئك الذين طبع الله على قلوبهم وسمعهم وأبصارهم وأولئك هم الغافلون.
Those God has set a seal upon their hearts and on their hearing and on their sight, and those they are the heedless.
لا جرم أنهم في الآخرة هم الخاسرون.
Without a doubt, in the hereafter, they will be the losers.
ثم إن ربك للذين هاجروا من بعد ما فتنوا ثم جاهدوا وصبروا إن ربك من بعدها لغفور رحيم.
Then surely your Lord, to those who have immigrated from their homes after persecution, and have striven in God's cause and are patient, indeed your Lord thereafter is all-forgiving, most merciful.
يوم تأتي كل نفس تجادل عن نفسها وتوفى كل نفس ما عملت وهم لا يظلمون.
The day when every soul shall plead on its own behalf, and every soul shall be paid in full for its deeds, and they shall not be dealt with unjustly.
وضرب الله مثلا قرية كانت آمنة مطمئنة يأتيها رزقها رغدا من كل مكان فكفرت بأنعم الله فأذاقها الله لباس الجوع والخوف بما كانوا يصنعون.
God gives a parable, a town that was secure and at rest, its provision coming to it in abundance from every side. But it was ungrateful for the blessings of God, so God let it taste the garment of hunger and fear because of what they were doing.
وَلَقَدْ جَاءَهُمْ رَسُولٌ مِّنْهُمْ فَكَذَّبُوهُ فَأَخَذَهُمُ الْعَذَابُ وَهُمْ ظَالِمُونَ.
And indeed there came to them a messenger from among them, but they rejected him, so the chastisement seized them while they were wrongdoing.
فَكُلُوا مِمَّا رَزَقَكُمُ اللَّهُ حَلَالًا طَيِّبًا واشكروا نعمة الله إن كنتم إياه تعبدون.
So eat what is lawful and good of what God has provided for you, and be thankful for the favor of God if Him alone you worship.
إنما حرم عليكم الميتة والدم ولحم الخنزير وما أهل لغير الله به فمن اضطر غير باغ ولا عاد فإن الله غفور رحيم.
He has only forbidden to you carrion and blood and the flesh of swine, and that over which any name other than God's has been pronounced. But whoever is compelled of necessity, not desiring to transgress, are repeated. Surely God is all-forgiving, most merciful.
ولا تقولوا لما تصف ألسنتكم الكذب هذا حلال وهذا حرام لتفتروا على الله الكذب إن الذين يفترون على الله الكذب لا يفلحون.
And do not say to what your tongues falsely describe, "This is lawful, and this is unlawful," in order to invent lies and ascribe them to God. Surely those who invent lies and ascribe them to God shall not prosper.
متاع قليل ولهم عذاب أليم.
A little enjoyment in this life, then for them is a painful chastisement.
وعلى الذين هادوا حرمنا ما قصصنا عليك من قبل وما ظلمناهم ولكن كانوا أنفسهم يظلمون.
And to the Jews, we have forbidden them what we related to you before, and we did not wrong them, but they wronged themselves.
ثم إن ربك للذين عملوا السوء بجهالة ثم تابوا من بعد ذلك وأصلحوا إن ربك من بعدها لغفور رحيم.
Then surely your Lord, to those who did evil in ignorance, and then repented after that and became righteous, surely your Lord thereafter is all-forgiving, most merciful.
إن إبراهيم كان أمة قانتا لله حنيفا ولم يك من المشركين.
Indeed, Abraham was a nation devoting himself to God, a man of pure faith, and he was never of the polytheists.
شاكرا لأنعمه اجتباه وهداه إلى صراط مستقيم.
Grateful for his favors, he chose him and guided him to the straight path.
وآتيناه في الدنيا حسنة وإنه في الآخرة لمن الصالحين.
And we blessed him with goodness in this world, and surely he in the hereafter shall be among the righteous.
ثم أوحينا إليك أن اتبع ملة إبراهيم حنيفا وما كان من المشركين.
Then we revealed to you, follow the religion of Abraham, a man of pure faith who was never of the polytheists.
إنما جعل السبت على الذين اختلفوا فيه وإن ربك ليحكم بينهم يوم القيامة فيما كانوا فيه يختلفون.
The Sabbath was ordained on those who differed about its observance. Surely your Lord will judge between them on the day of resurrection concerning that in which they differed.
ادع إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن إن ربك هو أعلم بمن ضل عن سبيله وهو أعلم بالمهتدين.
Call mankind to the way of your Lord with wisdom and sound advice, and reason with them in a well-mannered way. Indeed, your Lord is well aware of those who have gone astray from his way, and he is well aware of those who are guided.
وَإِنْ عَاقَبْتُمْ فَعَاقِبُوا بِمِثْلِ مَا عُوقِبْتُمْ بِهِ وَلَئِنْ صَبَرْتُمْ لَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لِلصَّابِرِينَ.
And if you retaliate, let your retaliation be to the extent that you were afflicted. But if you are patient, it will certainly be best for those who are patient.
واصبر وما صبرك إلا بالله ولا تحزن عليهم ولا تك في ضيق مما يمكرون.
And be patient, yet your patience is only with the help of God, and do not sorrow for them, nor distress yourself at what they devise.
إن الله مع الذين اتقوا والذين هم محسنون.
Indeed, God is with those who are pious and those who are doers of good.